Panic as Supreme Court orders Fidelity Bank to pay 225 billion naira damages to Ibadan-based firm. 225 billion naira in damages. Wetin dem damage? Wetin damage for the company? I don't understand. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has ordered Fidelity Bank to pay 225 billion naira in damages to an Ibadan-based firm, Sagecom Concepts Limited. According to reports, the Fidelity Bank PLC has entered negotiations with legal representatives of Sagecom Concept Limited to arrange a structured repayment of a staggering 225 billion naira judgment debt. However, sources say the agency outlined in the Supreme Court ruling may limit the bank's ability to stagger payments without facing a solvency crisis. This is the biggest crisis the bank has ever faced. A top official said during a weekend video call, according to People's Gazette, the obligation is simply too big. If the bank survives this, it will be thanks to the goodwill of small businesses that won this unprecedented judgment. The insiders, speaking anonymously, added that the judgment has shaken Fidelity's top management. Wow. However, despite closing on 20.80 naira per share on Friday and having recorded a 140% stock surge this year, Fidelity's bank financial position remains precarious. While it declared 385 billion naira in pre-tax profits for 2024, officials admitted much of it was tied to rolled over loans, raising doubts about its capacity to withstand the court-ordered payment. No financial institutions have stepped forward to underwrite the liability as of Monday. One source familiar with Nigeria's financial system said the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) might be forced to intervene to prevent the collapse of a Tier 1 bank amid a weak economy. Both Fidelity Bank and its lawyers, including senior advocates Kanu Agabi and Onyechi Beazo, declined to comment on the matter. Now, wow. So this Kanu Agabi must really be a big lawyer. He's also the lawyer of, Akpabio. The legal battle stems from two loans taken by engineering firm G Kappa PLC from FSB International Bank in the early 2000s, one in $3 million and another in naira 100 million naira. Now, wow. The loans carry steep interest rates. Fidelity Bank acquired FSB and its liability during the 2005 banking sector consolidation. After G-Kappa allegedly defaulted, Fidelity began seizing assets in Okoyi and Ibadan that had been used as collateral. Meanwhile, a federal judge ordered the bank to halt asset sales, don't sell it, but Fidelity ignored. They ignored the order and proceeded to list the properties for sale, eventually selling some to Sagecom for 350 million naira. Sagecom, co-founded by Bamidele Ogunkomi and US-based Dakore Miriki, later discovered a 2006 court-issued disclaimer prohibiting the sale. The firm sought to recover its funds, citing the injunction. That means they are not even getting their complete money safe. That means Fidelity Bank is owing more than that, but they are just giving them 225 billion. Just like, you have to compensate them 350 million. But 350 million, they sold it for 350 million. And the money they want to collect back is 225 billion. Okay. Probably because of the year it happened. The case lingered through the Lagos High Court of Appeal and ultimately reached the Supreme Court in 2018. Imagine a case that has been going on since 2006. It is well. On April 11, 2025, 5 justices ruled unanimously in Sagecom's favor. Justice Adamu Jaros, delivering the lead judgment, wrote, allowing the appellant to escape liability as it is so desperately seeks would be tantamount to allowing it to benefit from its own wrong. Justice Jumai Anatusanke, in a concurring opinion, called Fidelity's conduct a deliberate disregard for court authority and Sagecom's rights. However, the justices unanimously found no miscarriage of justice in the lower court's finding, thus upholding the original judgment. Wow. Lagos High Court had initially ruled in 2011 that Fidelity owed Sagecom compensation for years of lost rental income on the disputed properties from 350 million naira to 225 billion. That's a lot. Justice Olabisi Akinlade recently updated the award to reflect current values, $139 million or 225.3 billion naira. using an exchange rate of 1,620 per dollar as of May 15, 2025. Fidelity is expected to challenge the final calculation during a scheduled court hearing on May 19, but insiders say changes are unlikely. Justice Akinlade has already stated that the Naira equivalent will ultimately depend on the official rate on the actual date of payment. Fidelity Bank, currently led by its first female CEO, Nneka Onyeali-Ikpe, is Nigeria's sixth largest bank by assets. Former presidential candidate Peter Obi once chaired the bank before becoming Anambra State Governor in 2003. However, the bank has long been criticized for aggressive loan recovery practices. Wow. And now this one don't hook them for NECO. A recent case involved a Lagos family blaming Fidelity for the death of a real estate investor amidst a loan dispute. Despite maintaining its innocence, in this case, Fidelity has often blamed regulatory pressure from the CBN for its tough loan terms. As at the time of filing this report, the CBN has not commented publicly on the situation. They will not comment now. Comment care. They will run. They will lie now or deny. It is well. Ezani Ikechukwu says, make the minuses from the 5 trillion naira GT Bank is owing innocent. Now wow, that's a lot of money. It is well. Lawan Umaru says, thanks to God, now that the oracle has spoken, this will serve as good lessons to other institutions who think they can do anything to infringe on other people's rights. Fidelity Bank has always been accused of aggressive and unfriendly banking system. I don't know whether because it's an entirely Igbo-dominated. Don't start. Most two people do tribalism. I don't understand. Most people it's because they are Igbo people. It's because they are Yoruba people. You people have problem. All of you that do this tribalistic rubbish, people should go and check your brain. You are not okay. You are not okay. Peter God says, that serves them very much right. I know Nigeria is a home of lawlessness, but yet there are things you don't just take for granted. Disobeying court order is a gross misbehavior on such a high-profile institution like Fidelity Bank to ignore court order. The money is a chicken change. They are very fortunate. On the other side of events, can you see how stupid and useless your so-called legal team could be? Do you actually require legal advice to obey a court order? How I wish it was up to 2 trillion naira. It is well. Peter Mitty says, thank God my account with Fidelity Bank has 0 credit, when they charged over 50k for current accounts since 2014. With this judgment, Fidelity Bank is wiped out. I wonder the big deal making women bank managers in Nigeria. But she was not the one that told them to do the aggressive. She just became the manager when, I think just last year or so. So what has she done wrong? Beg. My listeners, over to leave your thought. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Bye.